Good morning. It's Friday the 2nd of June 2023 and today I'm next to Woodhead Reservoir following the Longdendale trail. I've got quite a long walk to do today, so I'm just going to get cracking. Welcome to Woodhead Station and Tunnels. Cutting through the Pennines to link Manchester and Sheffield by rail. You are standing next to what was once a busy railway for nearly 150 years. Ahead of you in the hillside are entrances to 3 tunnels built at different times. There. Well, 2 of them are blocked up, but the one is still being used. Yeah, fascinating. Yeah. Oh, obviously some construction traffic goes through there. Wonderful. Okay, I'll get on anyway. Just a little bit further along the Longdendale trail and I should be turning off. The first 2 Woodhead tunnels, built in the early to mid-1800s, are now sealed due to their poor condition. The 3rd tunnel was built in the 1950s and now carries electricity cables. I've left the Longdendale trail now. That's continuing on the other side of the river, just below the A628 Woodhead Pass. But my way is up this track for a short way and I should be turning right. In about 1/3 of a mile, I found my path off to the right, as it ran beside a stream through birch and bank wood. I would now be sticking with this path for the next 3 miles. I'm heading southwest now, and I've got a long, slow climb ahead of me. Today's walk is another one I've plotted myself, and it comes to about 10.5 miles, so a bit longer than normal. But I've already done 3.5 miles. That was a stretch along the Longdon Trail from Torside car park where I've parked my car this morning. But this is the bit I think where the walk starts to get more interesting. I got to Torside about just after 7 this morning. I got up really early because I woke up early and I thought, stuff it, let's get on with it. It's about an hour's drive to Torside from home, and getting there early just means that I'm giving myself plenty of time today to do this walk because it's a bit longer than normal, but I don't think there'll be any problems. It's supposed to be a nice day weather-wise anyway, so we'll just take every minute as they come. Wow, I'm getting some fantastic views already. Oh, wonderful. So, I'm walking above near Black Clough. There is also a middle Black Clough and a far Black Clough. But I should be following near Black Clough all the way up to the top as it takes me on to Bleaklow. Having just checked the map again, although this is a long climb, it's not particularly steep. So it's a fairly sort of gentle climb really, just long. Probably the most difficult part about it is that it's quite rocky in places underfoot. But apart from that, it's not too bad at all really. But isn't it just worth it for this? How fantastic is that? Wow. And it'll just get better and better the higher I go. This has been a lovely week actually. It's been the Whitsun bank holiday week, and I always take time off work around the bank holiday. Just seems the logical thing to do really. And although kids have been off school this week, it's not been too bad. I mean, this is the third of 3 walks that I've done this week, and all of them have been lovely. This one is turning out to be lovely so far too. And I accept that when kids are on holiday, families are always going to flock to places like the Peak District because it's a beautiful place. I don't blame them, I just accept it. So you just have to sort of get on with it and enjoy the walks really. I think today's walk, well this part anyway, is probably one of the quietest stretches that I've done this week. I'm sure later on, once I get onto Bleaklow, it'll get busier again, but it won't spoil the walk for me, that's the main thing. I mean, I always enjoy seeing people come to the Peak District. I've said this before too. It always gives me a kick when I see people visiting the Peak District, enjoying it, so because I love it too. And it's just nice to see so many other people appreciate the area as well, really. As I carry on up near Bleaklow, I am stopping regularly to look at the views behind me. See right into West Yorkshire now. Just in the haze, right in the distance, I can see that massive transmitter on Emily Moor. That huge tower, which is I think over 1,000 foot tall. Hello. Sheep watching me from over there as well. I had been steadily rising for over 2 miles, eventually reaching the head of the clough, as my path led me back onto the gritstone moorland of Bleaklow. I'm more or less reaching the top of near Bleaklow now. So, anytime now, I should be seeing something rather familiar. As I carried on, I was soon pleased to see the cairn of stones and wooden pole marking the summit. Lovely to see a familiar sight. I'm back at Bleaklow Head. Nice to be back on Bleaklow Head. It's windy again, but it's nowhere near as windy as it was yesterday. I was reunited with the Pennine Way again, so from Bleaklow Head I began to follow it. Just following a bit more of the Pennine Way now then. That's nice. Just another short section. Just following it further north. And fairly soon this will be dropping down through another clough. So I'm looking forward to that. The Pennine Way started its long downward run, and as I walked along, I could see great views towards Manchester. I wonder what that's all about. Must signify something. Answers on a postcard, please. Oh, so the Pennine Way crosses the stream now. And doesn't end there. A second stream I'm crossing now. Oh, okay. So now looks like I'm going to be walking on this side of the stream. This is where the walk gets interesting again, because I'm now going to be walking down Torside Clough. Dropping through the beautiful Torside Clough, the scenery became more and more dramatic the further I walked. Torside Clough, absolutely wonderful. I've never been here before either. Wow. It's a poor little lamb back there, bleating its head off, the poor thing. I don't know whether it's got separated from its mother, but I just didn't know what to do. I just wanted to help it, but what can you do? I did see a couple of other sheep down in the clough, so hopefully they'll find each other, but I just felt really sorry for it, just bleating its head off and just walking away from it. Oh well. The path was now running high above the clough, providing some of the best views of today's walk. Now there's a lovely sight to see. Torside Reservoir. The further down Torside Clough I walk, the more spectacular it becomes, I think. Just because it becomes wider and wider into this huge wide valley. Yeah. Speaks for itself really, doesn't it? As I drew closer to the mouth of Torside Clough, the path became very steep as it dropped down towards Longdendale. The wind's picked up again! Well, I'm down from Torside Clough now. What a beautiful valley that was. Absolutely wonderful. Very hard coming down. It's very hard on the knees because that last bit particularly is very, very steep and rocky, but certainly a beautiful walk all the same. Anyway, this is where I leave the Pennine Way again for today. So I'm going to turn off down here and follow the Longdendale trail back to the Torside car park. Well, I'm back at Torside car park, and I must admit I'm tired now, but what a great walk, absolutely brilliant. When I plotted the route to say it came to 10.5 miles, and also said it would take about 3 hours 21 minutes, but it's taken me between 7 and 7.5 hours, and of course that's because I'm filming it, but it's been worth it, and I really hope that by the time you see this I've captured a good day's footage.